Crazy Eddie's the man on the move with his Crazy Eddie portable blowout blitz. Get a portable TV, portable radio, video camcorder, portable phone. Get anything and everything that's portable on sale now. Remember, we are not undersold. We will not be undersold. We cannot be undersold, and we mean it. It's a Crazy Eddie portable blowout blitz. Get anything and everything that's portable on sale right now. Crazy Eddie, his prices are portably insane.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
This year, I needed to give a real family pleaser.
Honey, please help me with this budget.
How about a new game, Dad? Please.
And I found it. Radio Shack's Color Computer 2. On sale for just $88. It entertains, educates, manages. It's expandable and affordable. Now that really pleases me.
The Color Computer 2. Sale price for Christmas. Only at Radio Shack.
Craig Sullivan, I can't help but wonder, is this show going to be insane?
It is! We've got the lowest prices ever!
I love that stuff. All right, we'll talk about it first, but we'll talk about that in a second. But first, man, I'm just so excited to see you. It's Friday night. You know what time that means?
We're on it?
Yes! So growing up here in the New York area, Craig Sullivan, it was so much fun. I'd come home from school every single day. I'd be happy. I'd be sitting there watching my Brady Bunch, sitting there watching my Gilligan's Island, and then all of a sudden this crazy guy comes on. It's insane. And like everybody in New York loved those ads. It was such a cool thing. It was a huge phenomenon. Too bad it turns out that Eddie was actually crazy and had all sorts of financial problems, and that chip blew up.
You know, we had a version of him out here. It was Madman Months,
Right.
and he sold car stereos,
Right.
And you know, 60s, 70s. It was the same thing,
Right.
and he had like a Napoleon hat on. It was just nuts. It was too funny. It really was.
That's great. So, you know, tonight we're going to be talking all about that kind of stuff, electronics, gear, and stuff like that, because we're going to have a great special guest, which we're going to talk about in just 1 second. But, Craig, this is pretty awesome. I got to go see you visit a real verified time machine this week at the Graduate Hotel in Providence, Rhode Island. How cool is that?
That is way cool. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I've got to compliment our friends at Graduate for that outstanding T-shirt you have on.
Right? It fits nicely. It actually makes me look like I'm not a fat tub of goo, which is awesome.
Too funny.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Well, do you know where I'm coming from before we bring in our guest?
I don't want to know where you're coming from, because otherwise our guest will never get on the show, because I'm going to have too much to say. We got to get him on.
Okay.
We can talk about that
Fair enough.
soon enough. Don't you worry about it. Okay. We've got a great guest today.
Right.
Who are we talking about, Craig?
We're talking about your friend and mine, Mike Conyers from Sweetwater. Now, he's where we get all of our gear from to make this show and others possible. Mm-hmm. So, all right. Mike, how are you?
So wait, hold on. So while Mike makes us sound really incredible, he can't vouch for the words that come out of our mouths. Welcome to the show. So great to see you. That sound effect right there, well, that's courtesy of Mike Conyers and him hooking me up with the Road Podcaster, the single greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my career. Mike Conyers, great to see you, man.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, thank you for having me on, guys.
Yeah, you got me into these mics. It's just this is exciting. So we're gonna gush, we're gonna goo, we're gonna talk all about technology tonight and have a good time about it. But I think the first thing we'd like to do is we'd like to start off with a cocktail. Now, Mike, you're at work, you're at the Sweetwater headquarters. You can't drink. That's not gonna stop me from actually running this. Oh, that's right. It's Friday night cocktail time. And this is where we usually go to the guests and we say, hey, guest, what's your favorite cocktail? Tell us about it. Let's make it together on air. but he's too busy making deals over there. He's too busy selling gear to have drinks. So we're just going to be drinking beer tonight. But, Mike, I got to ask you, brother, what is your favorite type of drink and why do you like it so much?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very simple guy. I just like good beer. That's it. If I'm hanging out with friends or anybody who's like, has a great liquor cabinet, they want to, smash up some fruit on their nice counter, the island in the kitchen or wherever, they can make me whatever they got. Yeah. But for me, I just like big, nice liter of beer, maybe 3 or 4. Do it German style,
That's great. I love that you said German style. One of my favorite type of beer really is look, I'm drinking a Leffe Blonde right now because I love German. Not as good.
Oh, nice.
Not as good as the coffee that you're drinking right there. I can't
yeah,
but,
5 o'clock on Friday, and I'm still drinking coffee. It's wild.
Absolutely.
Everybody can't tell I may have drank a little too much coffee myself today. So I'm a little extra cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I love that you love beer. We all love beer. Hey, everybody, why don't you tell us what your favorite beer is in the chat box? That'll be a whole lot of fun. Craig, you still drinking the Coronas?
I am. Today we have actually switched over to regular Corona instead of the Corona Light. Now, there may or may not be a little bit of tequila in that bottle. I'm not saying.
Oh, you can't even see the bottle. Hold that up again. That's like a ghost beer or something like that.
I couldn't find my green tape because I did not want to give them a plug, but so bad.
Woo,
hey, Corona, give me a call.
Yeah,
you can be a sponsor. Send beer to New York and California. We're good.
That's funny. All right, Mike. I don't know. You're a technology guy and stuff like that. And the theme of the show, obviously, today is technology and stuff. So we got to talk to Craig about where he is right now. Craig, where are you not this evening?
Well, if you look behind me, that is the original flat screen television. In 1955, the House of the Future opened up at Disneyland, and I was able to find a picture of it. So, figured since we were talking tech, there was nothing better in my childhood than going to the House of the Future at Disneyland in Anaheim, California.
That's in the good old days before we realized Monsanto was an evil corporation.
Yeah, before they were poisoning the planet.
Don't blame Mike Conyers. He sold me the Road Podcaster, so now I got to deal with it doing all these sounds. So sadly, Mike, most of the times on the show, I get a lot of this.
Well, that's better than the other show where you're not allowed to use it.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So, Mike, what do you think of the House of the Future? You ever get out to Disneyland? You think that cool old retro future stuff is kind of neat?
I got to tell you, it's super funny because if I had the opportunity to be on the show in my own home studio, you guys would see me surrounded by CRTs.
Oh, yeah?
Because that's my hobby outside of music and everything else is the old tube TVs, man. I can't get enough of it. I've got a very, very patient spouse.
That's really cool.
Love it.
So
love it.
I love that. So you got all the AV stuff. What kind of music do you play? What kind of gear do you usually do? Are you a guitar guy? Our relationship hasn't been like, I don't know what you talk about, but your love of music must have brought you to doing this career path, right?
Yeah, that's the truth. It's kind of funny, man. I thought I was going to go into IT when I was younger. I just turned 40, so I'm a very young middle age. Look great for 40. Everyone can tell me that. It's fine. I don't hear enough.
Honestly,
but so I got into.
But just wait. It's coming.
Hey, Glenn looks great for 50.
Yeah, that's why you're seeing the front of my head, not like the back of it.
The truth is, Mike, my hair is actually really black, but I like the Just for Men gray to make it look age appropriate because I don't want to make Craig feel bad and stuff like that.
And it's not that my hair's thinning; it's my forehead is growing. Okay?
Anyway, sorry, Mike. Please continue.
Oh, for sure, it's the camera.
Yeah.
No, so super the IT. I learned how to write software when I was a kid. I was just, computers are my thing, right? When the internet was first around, everybody thought it was a magic thing. And I joined the Army I don't know if I told you guys that, but I was in the Army 4 years.
Wow.
And I couldn't do IT because I was a German citizen at the time. You have to have a security clearance. Like they don't, they don't want potential spies, right? Like using radios or whatever.
Yeah.
And, I joined and then spent 2 years downrange, and they were just the 2 longest years of my life. And I said, if I make it out of here, I'm going to do something in music. I don't care what it is. I'm going to school,
Yeah.
Got a degree in audio engineering, into some cool studios, toured a little bit in the Southeast, and then made it up here to Sweetwater. I've been here ever since. 13 years as of tomorrow. It's kind of
Wow.
wild.
Wow, congratulations.
That's amazing.
That's wonderful. Glenn,
Yeah,
I think
thanks,
we need
man.
to make the connection between Sweetwater and hospitality. Okay. So
all right, good luck with that.
Oh, I got it. I got it dialed in.
Oh.
But before we do that, Mike, would you tell the audience what Sweetwater is, please?
Or just have sound.
Or drink coffee.
Hey, Mike, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Mike?
So let's go.
Yeah, I can hear you now. You broke up for a second.
Yeah,
there we go.
Welcome back. We really appreciate you joining us. Craig, what was your question to Mike?
My question to Mike is, would you tell the audience what Sweetwater is for the 100 or 200 or so that may not know what Sweetwater is, please?
What's Sweetwater?
Sure. So we are let's say a pro audio, buy your gear. Pro audio music instruments,
not a pro
by sound, that kind of like audio technology. What that?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
You're breaking up. It's getting very difficult to hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, I apologize. It's the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Which, if I were an IT guy, I could claim credit for.
Right.
So if you guys can hear me again, we are like a one-stop thing, pro audio instruments. So if somebody calls up, and deals with a being like myself on the phone, it's not an automated system.
Right.
We're all based here in Indiana, and you've got a professional on the other end. So it's not like walking into a store and saying, "Oh, I want to buy a guitar from the kid," and somebody points at the wall and says, "Well, cool. Do you want the red or?"
Right. You know what I really love?
Or somebody, a little more high end. Well, I want to start a podcast, and I want to have.
And you want to have Glenn Hausman start his podcast by buying your gear.
No, you're really breaking up on us. It's very difficult to.
That's right.
To have. Could you try to find a better place to go?
Yeah.
But
yeah, thanks. Go try to find a better. Go try to find a better spot. We'll bring you back in as soon as you get to a better location. Craig, I want to hear more about that Monsanto house of the future, right?
Okay, so
I got in my joke, but the whole thing it was pretty cool, man. It's a pretty interesting idea. And the whole idea of Tomorrowland at the beginning was really just about finding those corporate sponsors and anyone that fill that space. It was a real last minute idea, but Monsanto, they came in and they built this thing. What was it like?
It was amazing. It was actually an elevated house sitting on about a 15, maybe 20-foot circular column.
Yeah.
That was all concrete and steel, and it was an X. So you walked in, there was the middle of the house, and you can go over to the bedrooms, to the living room, to the kitchen, dining room area. The entire exterior was made out of a fiberglass, which was pretty amazing at the time.
Yeah.
But everything disappeared. It was multifunctional. The rooms were not small and confining, and everything did double duty. The oven would, change into a dishwasher. It was just an amazing place, and it always fascinated me as a kid. That's where I wanted to go first when I got into Disneyland.
That's pretty cool, man.
And I just loved it.
I always thought that, I never saw it, of course, right?
Yeah.
I'm a New York guy. I'm a younger guy.
Right.
I never got a chance to see that sort of thing, but I always fantasized about how cool it would have been to have been there. And it's so neat that you actually got to see that.
Growing up in the 60s and 70s, it was just so different from what my reality was and the typical suburbia home that I grew up in the 60s and 70s. It was the future. It was bright. It was colorful. Again, that was the first flat screen right there. And it was just amazing to go in there and see everything. And a funny story when, unfortunately, Tomorrowland got very dated, very quick in its life cycle. So when Disney decided they needed to make changes, one of the first things was that they were pulling out the House of the Future.
Right.
So they brought in a wrecking ball, on a crane. And there's actual footage of this somewhere. I've seen it. They let the ball loose and it bounces off the side of the house. It stumped the band. They had no idea how to tear it down. And then once they figured that out, and they had all these delays and damage from bringing in the crane and everything else, they did not dig up this mammoth cylinder of concrete and steel that was the foundation. They just hid it behind plants. And you can still find that if you're at Disneyland today and you go to the opening of that part of the park.
That's hysterical.
So it was just amazing. And there was always a line. Going there in the 60s, 70s, not so much. But during the 60s, there was always a line to go in there. I think it just showed an optimistic view.
All right, so you sure that it was because of an optimistic view or that it didn't require a ticket to get in?
Probably a combination of the two.
Yeah. All right, let's see if our buddy Mike Conyers is ready to get back to us. Looking
there he is.
Looking good, dude. That's all right.
How's that?
That is freaking awesome. We got you back.
Sound better?
That place is huge. I love it. All right, so Mike, what instruments do you play, brother?
Sure, quite a few. I mean, I'm comfortable on guitar. I like to mess around with synths, old stuff, chip tuning kind of stuff. More than anything, I love being behind a mixing console. I like recording. I like mixing. I like mastering. That's where I'm most comfortable. Yeah. And it's partly just because when I play stuff, it sounds so derivative. It doesn't sound special,
So you feel like, this is like a weird thing to say, but you don't feel like you have that it thing, right? So no, like you're not going to be a superstar. Like, look, I know I'm not going to be a superstar. I do this dumb bullshit on a Friday night and just to make myself happy. So I get all that, but it's so awesome.
Yeah, like it's fun.
Like that, but it steered you towards what you love. What is it like when you know what you love to be able to do that? How does it make you feel when you're behind the board?
It's so convenient, right? To not feel lost, to see a complicated piece of technology and to just know, I mean, with your eyes closed, that you could get it squared away, that you can sound good, you can sound bad, right? If you felt like it, Craig and Glenn, it's kind of powerful. I mean, nobody cares about the sound guy, though. If the band sounds bad, it's because of the band.
Nobody cares about what? I missed that. What was that?
Oh, sorry. Like nobody cares about the sound guy. Like if the band sounds bad, everybody's.
Hey, listen. It's still better to be the sound guy than the bassist. So at least you.
No, you're wrong. We hold the band together. Us and the drummer. We're the most important.
Right.
Just ask Eddie Van Halen.
Right. So.
Oh, he fired his bassist, didn't he?
So Mike, what are you're on the board, and you're doing your magic, but what if they just suck and can't do anything about it? How do you handle that?
That's why everybody drinks, right? That's why people play shows at the bar. Yeah. I mean, they still have to pay you.
Right. That's when you tell them, I love that you're making such bold choices with your music.
Yeah.
Tell me about your gear.
Yeah, very esoteric. I'm sure you're going to cultivate your own scene.
Too funny.
That's hysterical. So, Craig, tell us about your love for Mike and what he does for you. Because what I like is that, like, I'll just email him with like a question or a piece of advice, and he gets right back to me, and I love that because it's not really about the sale; it's about the relationship that we have.
No, I agree. Mike is sold you and I just about every piece of equipment we have, and the latest additions to our gear are the microphone stands for
that's the good stuff.
Rode wireless mics that you've got. But no, it's true. Mike comes across, and this is also the connection back to hospitality that I alluded to earlier. Glenn and I go round and round about that there's no lifestyle hotels other than which one?
Margaritaville, of course.
There you go. So, you're building a hotel. I was involved with a couple of hotels here in California, and we actually put in a recording studio in both of them. We had engineers on call, got all the gear, everything else in. So, if you're doing a hotel, and this has happened in downtown LA a lot lately, we've got at least 4 new hotels that have set up podcasting studios. So this is the connection between hospitality and what Sweetwater does. You can get all of your gear. They've geared, look at that beautiful microphone that Glenn Hausman has. There should be a round of applause for that comment, besides Savannah White. And Mike makes it simple. We can get in there, have a quick conversation or a fast email back and forth, and I know what I want. He knows what I want. He'll go, hey, this is coming on sale. Sweetwater's just the best. And, Mike and I are going to talk about some musical stuff once we're off the air. But, it's like, it's a great company. I'm very happy with them. Every bit of gear that I've got, with the exception of my Canon camera, came from them.
Wow.
So Canon, send me a check. We'd love to have you as a sponsor.
Mike, dude, you all got to start selling the video stuff.
That's right.
You guys go tell Boss Man that you got to start selling that video stuff too.
We touch on it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to put you in a situation, but
we do a little bit. There are a handful of nicer cameras that we have. No, it's tough too, because the assumption is always, if you get your Sweetwater guy on the phone, like if you called me and you said, oh man, I'm looking for a high-end camera, I needed to do these 3 weird things that I've never even heard of. I didn't even know they were a consideration, right? I wouldn't be the best resource for that.
Right. Yeah, but you are a great resource for the audio, and this the Rodecaster Pro really was able to transform everything I do. Right.
Yes.
Because when this pandemic started, I didn't have any of this type of stuff, right? And I just got access to LinkedIn Live, and I'm messing around with all of that. And then we started going live every single day. And then as things started to open up a little bit, we needed to go places. And Mike, it was horrific what we were doing. At first, there was a major problem, but it was hidden because we were all trying to keep separated. Right. So our first ever live event was at Mohegan Sun in July of 2020. And Anthony and I are both in a bar, but I'm here and he's on another level because it's a multi-level bar. And then we had the president of the university over in his office. So it masked the biggest problem that we had, and then all of a sudden when we started getting people closer together, because we didn't have an audio system, all the sound was leaking in from one computer to another and messing everything up. And I had cluster F after cluster F. It was a mess. But then we got it all worked out because of you.
Yes, you did. Now, Mike, we're going to put you on the spot, but not too much. You need to help Glenn get those Rode wireless mics dialed in.
But yeah, talk about cluster Fs, man, dude. Seriously, I can't get this. I can't get this figured out at all. I think I have a gain issue, but I'm not even sure what that means. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm such a Luddite. But I'm having all sorts of issues getting it all set up. But I don't want to bother you with that right now. but I do want to bother everybody, or I should say treat everybody to a special appearance. Craig, guess who we have?
Producer David?
No! Screw him.
He would have just popped in.
We've got someone much better than that. We're talking Dr. Producer Suzanne.
Oh, hi, Suzanne.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
I am fabulous. Excited to be here and enjoying in on the fun. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's all.
How's the air conditioning?
Air conditioning is good. Actually, I don't even need my little sweater in here because I went outside, I warmed up, and we're good. That was the one thing I forgot when I was like moving to Florida and packing stuff. Like, oh, bring all the tank tops and the dresses and you're fine. Oh, no, you need one of those little sweater things like every day.
Come on, Suzanne. You have to know the hotter it is in Florida, the more you need to bundle up when you go inside.
No, I didn't think about that.
Mike,
really exciting news.
What?
10 a.m.
You signed a contract?
Wait, what?
10 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've managed to get the movers supposedly to show up.
Oh
my stuff has been held hostage.
Oh my goodness! All right, there's a lot to get you caught up on here right now. So, Suzanne, meet Mike Conyers. Mike is the guy who sells us all our audio gear. He's the one that saved our lives by getting me the Rodecaster Pro, these great microphones, all sorts of stuff. It makes the quality of our sound.
Yay!
So, even though the words might not be so good. Mike, Suzanne runs our show here on StreamYard every day. No Vacancy Live, Monday through Thursdays at noon Eastern time. Tune in for the greatest hospitality interviews of all time.
And the number one podcast out there in hospitality.
Right, baby. We're in the top 0.5% of all podcasts in the world.
Right.
How fun is
pretty impressive.
I know.
Very much so. Screw David. Hey, Amy, I'm glad you're here this week.
I'm not here. It's my opportunity to really give him a hard time.
Shine?
Yeah.
Too
Hey, Amy likes you, man. You rock, Mike. Great to see you.
There you go. That's our number one fan, Mike.
Thanks,
She
Amy.
is.
No,
All right.
no, you rock.
Yeah. So, Mike, Suzanne recently moved to Florida, and she moved from the Boston area down to Florida. What was that? July that you?
No, technically June. The mover showed up June 11th, and I started on my road trip June 16th.
Right. So
And you just got to Florida now? That was a long road trip.
No, look, the south of the border. After all those billboards, she stopped there. She loved it.
I did. He made me go.
Yeah, you should see all of the trinkets and stuff that she bought from there. It's really great. Her whole car's covered in out to the border bumper stickers. But I'll tell you, she went down to Florida. She's got a place, but no furniture, Mike. They have not delivered her furniture. She moved in the middle of June. It's September.
Yep, I've been in my house now since August 6th. I found a little rental. That was nice.
That's brutal.
I'm glad somebody does. And so, yeah, between that and then the supply chain, I can't even get like a sofa. I finally changed my color option on the sofa that I wanted, and I will get that at the end of the month instead of in 2022. So
that's exciting because one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with is color options for my sofa. So I'm glad that you were able to make it through that okay.
I went with gray.
Supply chain, Mike, how is yours coming? I mean, are deliveries on equipment coming through now?
He's got a ship full of stuff stuck in the Suez Canal right about now.
He got delayed like the shipment did.
I did just read another boat got stuck. So, Mike, supply chain, how's it going over there with you guys? Because one of the things that we're seeing in the hospitality industry is everyone is having a big problem with the supply chain. I was talking to someone today, and it's like he's getting hit from all ends, and you're in the same situation as he is because you're dealing with supply chain issues. And you have customers that are angry a lot of times, and you're probably stuck in the middle as Mike, based on what we're. No, I'm absolutely delighted because you saved my life. But that aside, what are you seeing out there?
It's probably about the same. I'll tell you, I'm lucky. I have the best customers in the world, and everyone is mentally patient and gracious every time I tell them it'll be another month for cable. But that's about what it's like, man. I mean, there are a bunch of companies that are doing great now, but anything that has to come in from overseas, it's still a nightmare.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't quote me on this. This is like rumor of a rumor, but there are multiple miles of ships at the ports just waiting to unload stuff in the U.S. Like it's just backed up. It's right there.
Right.
Everyone can kind of sell it from the beach.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you got that right. And I will not quote you, but my understanding is there's nobody to unload the ships. There's nobody to drive the trucks. So there's a huge problem with supply chain across the board, construction especially. And Amy is in the construction business. She knows exactly what it's like.
That construction pipeline is horrendous. We had a guy go out and buy two 16-foot 2x4s. Okay. Small job, $135 for two 16-foot 2x4s.
Woo!
So just imagine what the cost is on that new custom home of yours, Mr. Glenn Hausman.
All right. Well, I'm not going to be building a custom home, and this conversation is way too sad for me. So I want to switch it up a little bit. I want to make it fun. This is Friday Night Audit. After a while, I'm drinking beer over here. I'm enjoying myself. It's Friday night. I'm getting ready for the weekend. So what I want to know, Mike Conyers, is as a gear guy, what is your most favorite piece of gear that you have ever owned in your entire life? And why does it make you so happy?
Oh my God. Okay. That's actually an easy one. It's something I picked up recently.
Oh, really? Oh, we want to hear.
It's a guitar. I mean,
manufacturer.
So there's a company called Harmony Guitars, based up in Michigan. Manufacturer, US made. They had an old pedigree from way before I was born, and so some bought the name, I guess. But they brought back some of their tech, and they're just gorgeous instruments at like a really good price. Like a little over $1,000 for a US made guitar, nice finish, like the coolest, most vibey pickups I've ever heard. I mean, anytime I talk about guitars, I have to mention it. I mentioned it to everybody on the phone for months now. They're just fantastic. And they play super well, just very, very character driven, cool instruments. And so I've got this beautiful gold Harmony Silhouette, like an offset guitar, and just love it to death. Oh my God, I love it. It's my baby. Yeah.
That's awesome. How often do you play it?
I wish I could say every day, but now that the kids are back in school, it's like 3 times a week. But over the summer, it was every day for sure. I've been into the office and recorded into my sampler here at the desk whenever I got bored. Just get some snippets here or there. It's nice.
Right. Yeah. I hear you. Mike, you're having issues again. We're having a hard time. Oh, poor Amy says, Mike, it's breaking up. It's not too, it's very sad. So Craig, I want to ask you, brother, what you used to play guitar, I guess you still do from time to time. Being that you have music background, what was your love when it comes to gear?
It was always Gibson guitars. I've at one time I had way too many. I had a ES 335. I had I had a BB King Lucille and various other guitars. My favorite one though was a 1940s, maybe early 50s Gibson. It was an ES 140 recorder, 3/4 neck. It looked like a Les Paul, but it was a hollow body and it had a black pickup on it. And I used to run that through. I love Fender amplifiers. Not a big fan of Fender guitars. I love Gibson guitars, but that Fender amp and that Gibson guitar was just such a great combination. And then the one that I still have is I've got my Gibson EBO bass because I had so much fun with that going into studios, and the engineers would just go crazy because it overtones so much. It's just a rich sound. Now, my hands aren't the biggest, and that Gibson neck, especially on a bass, that was built for speed, and I could get up and down the scales on that bass with my hands very quickly. And it was great for jazz, blues, and rock. Loved it. And I've still got my Fender Bassman 100 amplifier, tube amp, great speakers. Love it. And unfortunately, I got a little bit of arthritis or nerve damage in my left hand, so I can't play as much as I'd like to.
That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suzanne, I know you've been playing classical piano, guitar.
Not guitar, but I do have my keyboard from when I was 12 years old. It's a Yamaha, and it traveled with me in my U-Haul trailer, so it did not get damaged. Although all of my sheet music is in a box with the movers, so eventually it'll make its way there. But yeah, I don't really have too much time to play that. I could bring out like the old recorder, but yeah, no, those were annoying.
And Glenn, what did you used to play?
I just blew in bottles.
Wait, you've only got 2 available right now? It's 5:36. There should be a few more empties there.
Hey,
it's early. Give him a little bit more time. He'll
early yet. Jeez. But you're absolutely right. And the issue is, I'm worried. I don't want to go running downstairs to get another beer and leave you. So I don't want to miss another second of action here on Friday Night Audit, Suzanne. I had no idea you actually played a musical instrument. Now, to answer Craig's question, I played saxophone all through high school.
Yep.
And stuff like that. But literally all I could play probably is the theme to MASH and the theme to Hill Street Blues. That's about all.
So you'd appreciate this, and I don't remember the guy's name, but from being on Long Island. So I used to play violin as well, and the guy that I would take lessons from, he created and built the first electric violin.
Wow.
Yeah, and like he was always a strange character, and he was kind of like dark, and like that was what he was doing. He was tinkering in the back, and then he became way more famous with his electric violin.
Wow,
interesting.
That was my teacher.
Well, that set off a whole craze, because I was at so many events in 2017 through just before the pandemic, where anytime I'd go to an event in Vegas, there'd be 3 women playing electric guitars, to rock music or something like that. Like every
Violins.
cocktail party. I think Alice had them as well, or something like that, right? But it was all because of these electric guitars. I mean,
it's funny that the group that started that was the original Jefferson Airplane, and there was a violinist, and his name was Papa John Creech, and he was a great jazz violinist, and he had an electric violin. So if you check him out, he went through Airplane. He went into Starship for a little while, and then he was off on his own doing a lot of different things. I think he even played with the Dead for a little while too.
Really?
So, yeah. Papa John Creech. He was amazing.
Mark Wood, that's his name. That was my music teacher. And thank you, Amy, for acknowledging that I elevated. I couldn't pick it up now and play it again to save my life, but
there's Papa John.
Hold on. I screwed that up. I actually I got a better one here, but
fun musical facts with Glenn and Greg.
All right, yeah. All right. I'm like a couple of beers in. I'm not moving as quick with this thing. I'm now in panic mode. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Don't panic. No.
Let's see. Hold on.
You're good.
3, 2. No, my mouse is not responding now. Boom. There we go. Oh my God. That's the picture I was looking for. There he is. I had no.
There he is.
Well, how anticlimactic was that? All right. So
wait, I got to tell you, this guy, I didn't even realize that. He is a violinist with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra now.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I swear.
Wow.
I can't celebrate Christmas without Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Or Die Hard.
Wait a second. Like, I'm like really shocked. This is kind of cool.
Right. And I should say, just for the record, by celebrate Christmas, I mean go to the movies and eat Chinese food. But,
and watch Die Hard. Come on.
It's the Chinese food.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It is. I mean, wasn't it a holiday
Yeah.
party over there? Mike, you a big Die Hard Bruce Willis fan?
Iffy.
Are you,
I like the first one for Christmas for sure.
all right. Are you as disappointed as I am by that third movie of the superhero saga of M. Night Shyamalan? I'm totally forgetting the name of that movie now. Oh,
Ugh.
Oh, The Sixth Sense.
no, that was it.
I don't remember.
No.
Hold on. Now I got to look it up. God dang it. Oh,
Yeah, see, I mean, obviously we all are, Glenn, because nobody can come up with the name of the movie.
Glass. Sorry.
Never heard of it.
It was,
Yeah.
he had the movie Split. It was tied to Unbreakable, and then he did Glass. And I was
Samuel L.
excited
Jackson.
for it because he was coming back. It was going to be great. And then it was really absolutely
Horrible.
horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. One of the most disappointing movie experiences of my entire life.
Glenn, you've been taking that master's class series. Did you get into Samuel L. Jackson's class yet? Have you watched that?
Listen, I've been negotiating with him.
Okay, because I love Morgan Freeman as well, and Suzanne, you need to plug your ears. But if I've got somebody teaching me how to say motherfucker, I want Samuel L. Jackson to teach me.
Right?
how
Yeah, I
to say
forgot
that.
that
Okay?
also producer Suzanne was so delicate and she can't handle that word.
Oh no, I was called hostile today.
Wow.
Yeah, and then somebody else called me a witch with a bee, and then I'm supposed to come in to work with a shirt called a hostile bee with some pineapples. So
Wow.
Craig, there's a lot happening today.
Oh my God. I'm just happy at my peaceful little hamlet by the ocean.
Nice to see
Okay.
you, That's too.
Oh, God.
So, Mike, we talked about all your gear and stuff like that. The best gear that you have, but what's the piece of gear that you no longer have that you wish you still did?
Probably my first guitar, my very first electric guitar. Some piece of crap from the early '90s. Stickers all over it, pickups half working, just banged up junk. I wish I'd have kept it though. I mean, there's a lot of memories. I'm sure I played all the bad notes out of it. So somebody has this guitar, and it's just this phenomenal instrument.
I love that.
And that boy grew up to be Eric Clapton.
Assuming you could hear any of that.
Right. We did.
That's right.
Oh, my God. So, Mike, what's the last concert you went to?
Oh, good one.
Oh, that's a good question.
And
Boy, it's been a while.
where was it? Was it
I
the
thought I would
Colts
really
Stadium?
get out there now that a lot of places opened up. What? I bet it was a small band. The last one I remember was a local ska band here in Fort Wayne that I'd never heard of, but they did a reunion
I
show,
haven't
and
heard
my
that
wife
term.
loved them in like college or something, and it was fantastic.
Nice. Nice. I haven't heard the term
Yeah.
ska.
Yeah, that's the
in
stuff I grew up
probably
on.
20
Rock
years.
and ska and hip hop.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to go to Christopher Cross, but that's not going to happen while I'm down here in Florida. So I'm going to have to sell my tickets because that concert got delayed. He just invited himself in. See, he just does that. He's not using proper producer etiquette.
I have sorry that I am late and sorry that I'm bailing early, but as you can see,
Honestly, we're sorry you showed up at all.
I know I would be too. But as you can see, I'm daycare Dave today because I have to go shortly and take my son to tour a potentially new daycare.
Oh,
He wants to come. He wants to come say hello.
there he is.
There she is.
How's it doing? How you doing, Fox?
Say hi.
Good smile.
So we have to go run and hey, Amy. So yes,
She's had your back, just so you know, while you haven't been here.
thank you, Amy. I always appreciate our number one fan, as Craig says. And of course, if you want to be like Amy Montgomery and support the show, get your official merchandise. Where can you guys go to?
Red Bubble.
Hey, check. Look, Craig. Look what I got in the mail today.
Yeah, I got mine too. I got mine too. I was gonna wear it, and then unfortunately, some stuff happened. I couldn't join the show earlier, but I'll be wearing that for next week for sure.
Friday Night Audit, Grumpy Glenn.
Yep, the only reason why I'm not wearing it tonight is I got to get into the laundry too. It came like at like 3:00 this afternoon, so I didn't have a chance to do it. So, hey, Amy Montgomery, you went to go see Dave Matthews at Merriweather Post Pavilion. I was hoping to go see this month in at the Jones Beach Theater. They wanted because Ticketmaster is such a scam. They wanted like $350 for a ticket. I'm paying $350 to go see Genesis because I need to get that one in. But I've seen Dave Matthews more than enough, and I don't need to see it. And quite frankly, I think I'm a little bit over what's going on with them. I used to love them. Now, the violinist that they had with them, Boyd Tinsley, was rightly fired from the band a couple of years ago. But since then, it's just like they've kind of gotten into this weird formula where they're trying to overcompensate and change their format and stuff. And it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. It's like, Amy, I don't know if you noticed this, but it'd be like
sounds like Friday Night Audit, honestly.
It'd be like the saxophone was playing. Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Extremely unentertaining. The saxophonist will play 16 beats. Then the trombonist will play 16 beats. Then someone else will play 16 beats. And they'll do that with every freaking song. A little this, a little that. And it's just too repetitive. I'm not feeling it at all. Still Phil Collins. He's not playing drums anymore. Amy, you should have tuned in earlier. You would have learned these important facts. All right.
So, Glenn, do you really pay full price?
Don't give our number one fan a hard time.
Do I really pay full price? No, I never pay full price. I go to Geico. I've saved 15% on my auto insurance.
Or more. Don't forget the or more.
Hey!
Okay. Well, if you want, we can go scalping together before a show because I am never paying full price for a concert.
Yeah.
I paid a ton of money for a great show on Atlantic City Boardwalk for Fish.
All right, yeah, hold on one second. Yes, Amy, right? It was very repetitive. It just felt like the same thing over and over and over again.
Nice.
It's very disappointing because I used to be a big fan. And Dave, I want to get to that point in 1 second, but I got to the first time I got to interview Dave Matthews is because I came out of the music and entertainment world, Mike, is back when 1995, 94.
Look at that look on his face. He can't figure it out.
Yeah. All right. So, Dave, what were you gonna say, dude?
I was just saying I paid a very premium price for the Fish tickets on the beautiful Atlantic City Beach the other week.
That's true. That is true. You played the premium price of what was that? Zero. Right. That's
Zero.
Really premium. Damn.
It matches. It really goes well with the. The money that I make from my esteemed boss, it made sense.
Hey, you just got a shirt. Come on.
I know. Well, that was from you, Craig.
Hold on. You act as if I didn't give you a hat.
I did. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on a second.
Not one, Mike, but 2 hats I gave this guy.
Hold on a sec.
Hey,
you
know what, guys? Both those shirts came out of our profits from Redbubble. So,
Wait a second.
I haven't gotten a shirt or a hat, so you're ahead of the game there.
Yours is coming.
Yes, Amy. I've probably been to 25, 30 Dave Matthews shows.
We lost Mike.
Oh, that's
where's Mike from, by the way? Just a quick question.
Sweetwater. He's the guy who hooked us up.
Oh, duh. That's why I know the name. I'm like,
yeah.
Wait a second, because I'm also dealing with another Mike Conyers from another company for my hotel. I was like, wait a minute, what are the odds? What are the odds? But yes, here's my grumpy Glenn. my Friday Night Audit hat.
You're grumpy.
Stylish. So I'm ready to go. Speaking of going, it's about to be daycare Dave time. So again, sorry for the last
showing up.
Sorry for the last minute cancellation. But
no worries.
Some,
just don't cancel on click 5. That's all I can tell you.
What's that?
Just don't cancel on click 5, Dave.
I'm already there.
I know.
I'm registered.
I saw you registered.
I'm registered.
He's flying out to Anaheim tomorrow because he wants to make sure he's on.
That's a candy.
What's that?
You're flying out to Anaheim.
Taking over your room
there before March 10th.
Yes, I will be absolutely flying out a day early. But I'm registered. I'm ready to go. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. I know, Amy. Yes. Hi, kids. As they're being. Oh, we lost Suzanne. I guess they're just tired of. I guess it's my fault. I came on, they got off.
They're pretty much. All right, Dave. Go take care, Dave. We're gonna wrap the show and get up and get ourselves. M&M peanut.
We're gonna get out of here a little early tonight.
Yeah. All right.
This is what I got to deal with. Craig,
All right,
where are you,
Dave,
by the way?
Dave, let's just go right. Let's just go right to this section. Just hang tight for a second. You're all waiting for the end. Dave, what do you got to plug?
Well, I'm promoting, of course.
All right.
You lost me.
Oh my God, that was funny.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sorry, David.
I'm not here for long, but I come with an impact.
That was the funniest he's been throughout the whole show. Was right then.
I may not here be for a long time, but I'm here for a good time, as they say. So yeah, Times Square today, of course. No Vacancy Live, of course. Make sure you continue to check all those great things. Click 5. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if we've talked about it, but we filmed an episode of Click Connect with Mr. Craig Sullivan. So looking forward to seeing that one come out. I may have popped in on somebody else's time as well, but may have just tuned in to see what happens.
We'll have to find out. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm not telling you.
This is a regular J.J. Abrams mystery box, everybody. You're going to have to wait to see what happens and then ultimately be disappointed.
Jar Jar Abrams.
Oh, but new fridge, by the way, still kicking strong. I know everybody was very, very interested in knowing how the fridge is going.
Like that refrigerator.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys talk about that? Is that really your
Dave bought a refrigerator last week?
But is that is that really your fridge, Craig?
Yes, we have the same
Craig
refrigerator.
has the same exact refrigerator.
It's hysterical.
So Glenn, get on the fridge train.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Craig, what do you got to pledge? I mean,
I got to run, guys.
We got a lot to
you guys
plug.
will talk.
Okay.
All right.
David, take care. Good seeing you, brother. Thank you. Hey, we are a few episodes in on the 5th season of Click Connect, and really excited about this. We've got a new format. We've got longer shows. We've got a roundtable that we're doing as well with hotel executives. We've already put out one of our roundtables, and that was with Crew Orange County, and really excited about that. And we have a new date for Click 5. Our conference is now on March 10th.
Yes, it is.
And Glenn will be there. David will be there. So we've got great panels. We've got great information and a whole hell of a lot to talk about at that conference. Mm-hmm. So really excited about that. Glenn and I have a live show coming up in 2 weeks. Wow!
A special, I think, Wednesday night edition of Friday Night Audit coming from the lodging conference over at
Twin Peaks.
Right, over at the Twin Peaks place. So I'm excited about that. More information to come as it develops. Hang tight on that. Of course, watch No Vacancy Live Monday through Thursday at noon, and this show every Friday at 5. I'm excited. Next week I'll be at home studio, but the week after that we're going to be doing a featured Canada show. I'll be there all week long. I don't know where I'm going to be yet in Canada, but I'll be somewhere. We're going to have a very special Canadian guest, and of course, we've got the special lodging conference Friday Night Audit. And then, Craig, I'm going to actually be back in Vegas, it looks like, and I'm going to be there for the October 8th show. So I'm going to try to find a cool location to do that one at. And
why don't you do that, and I'll fly out and meet you there, and we'll do a Friday Night Audit.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to be there on October 8th. So come on out.
We got enough time to plan that. I can fly out.
All right, let's figure it out. All right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, everybody, thanks so much for being here. We will see you next week. Sorry, but we're going to be back.
Missed you, Durain Lalani. You weren't here. I told you there was a show. Aloha.
Hasta luego, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll see you later.